The outbreak of the virus has broken the back of several businesses. Consumers are in hiding. Demand is down to a trickle. The supply chain is broken. Many sectors have been hit hard. What about real estate? Well, the sector too is reeling under the impact of coronavirus pandemic. A report from Prop Equity shows that the sale of property has not been this low since the economic slowdown due to the global financial crisis back in 2008. So, on FII today, we bring you the real estate COVID story, the potential short and long-term impact on real estate companies, and should you be buying or selling, or should you consider renting at this point? I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor, and we'll be joined by industry experts to take you through all the questions that you've been sending us on various social media platforms as well. Now, first, to understand what's happening in the property market right now, let's take a step back and look at how the sector has been behaving even before the COVID crisis hit the world. Now, we've pulled out a pretty precise graphic, courtesy Prop Equity at this point, which analyzes the data in the entire sector. Now, this graph on your screen takes you to the journey of property in residential sector in India. Remember the beginning of the show, I told you it was much lower than the financial crisis back in 2008. Now, look at how the graph has been moving. After 2008, the financial crisis, we saw higher affordability, easier investment, helped real estate market actually do better. That's why after the crash in 2008 until 2015, we see a surge of investors in the real estate market. 2015, most developers unable to deliver on expectations, and we see a downfall going there. 2016, demonetization, dense real estate like never before. It hurts the sentiment, and we again see a dip over there. In March 2016, RERA happens. A new law in the real estate sector is floated that streamlines the dealing in the sector and brings in transparency. Then in 2017-18, GST implemented, results in a new launches, and again we see a little bit of a dip over there. 2020, we all now know, COVID-19 records the lowest sale in property, residential property, since 2008. So that's the story when you talk about sale and purchase. But what about rents? Now, the rental story in India has been more or less subdued because people are not keen on shifting houses for the fear of catching the virus. Also, lots of people who were renting in metros earlier for work have now moved back to their family homes to smaller cities. This is a work from home impact. Now, that said, several people have also renegotiated their landlords and have ended up staying if they got in a good deal. A different story, however, is playing out in Mumbai, for example, where rents of some of the high-end property, luxury properties have fallen up to 25%. And as that happens, is there scope for further reduction in prices and rentals? Well, that's something we'll be exploring on the program as well. Now, also another trend that has come up in the real estate story during the COVID crisis has been a lot of conversation in the sector revolving the future. Is the future digital? Is that manageable? Is that even practical? Sakshi explains.
So what's the future of the real estate market at a time when we're in the midst of the world's largest remote working experiment due to the COVID-19 pandemic? Digitization has taken over, and experts believe will continue to now be the foundation for the real estate sector. While digital bookings for the real estate sector are already on the rise, virtual site visits, interactions with developers online will also see a huge uptick. Webinars and digital registration methods as well as payment methods are now likely to continue to thrive in the future as well. For example, existing applications like DocuSign and .loop are already allowing real estate professionals to sign and send contracts and their documents on their phone. So these applications are expected to continuously grow in popularity as investors search for ways to conduct deals on the go. Virtual reality will influence the real estate world in the coming years. While investors may be familiar with the idea of 3D walkthroughs and 360-degree pictures, these resources are expected to increase in popularity. Experts also feel the need for space and the requirement of comfort is now going to be redefined for life.
Redefined for life. Well, that seems to be the sentiment at this point. But what can you expect? What you should be doing? We've got an expert panel for you lined up this morning. We've got Sameer Jasuja. He's the founder and CEO of Prop Equity. We've got Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. He's the president of National Real Estate Development Council, noted name in the industry. Anuj Puri, chairman of Anurag Properties. Uddhav Poddar, he is the MD of Urban Square, the Bhumika Reality Private Limited as well. From home culture extended is quite a hot topic these days, but we'll not get there. But what is the industry trend saying at the moment?
I think, Sonal, of course, work from home is here for some time to stay. And I see some companies have also announced plans for work from home for a longer tenure. Regarding commercial real estate, if the building is A grade and location is A grade, I don't think there's a long-term negative impact on that building. So if you're getting a good building at a good rate in a good location, please go ahead and invest. That's my view on commercial real estate all across India. I would not say limited to Delhi, but all across. I also would like to talk about smaller towns. That's where we generally work in. We are mostly operating in small towns of India, and we see 3-4 trends. We see a lot of reverse migration from larger towns into small towns, and that's why there's a demand uptake in these small towns. Also, we see some demand from NRIs who want to create some sort of safe haven for themselves back home, and we see a demand for a slightly larger house. People probably are working from home, so they want an extra room or a half room which they can convert to their study and work from home. And I also, to add to what Mr. Hiranandani said, the September sales have been fantastic. There was a lot of inquiry for the last 3-4 months, but the conversions weren't happening. But September, despite there being a Shraddh, 20 days of the month went into Shraddh, and which is inauspicious as per the Hindu calendar, we still saw very, very good sales in September month, and we're expecting October, November to be bumper months. This is what I can say.
Bumper months. Okay, that's interesting. Virtual tours of properties as well. So this is actually quite an issue and quite the topic at the moment. But I have to leave it there, gentlemen. Thank you so much. This was really enriching, and I hope we've been able to answer some of the questions of our viewers as well. You can continue to write into us at FII on Twitter, on Instagram, on other portals if you have certain questions or other issues that you want us to pick up. For the moment, thank you for watching.